Welcome to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm Ritafining, the host with the most inspiring stories that you ever did hear. Back in the day when the day was back, I was known as the juicing queen. I became raw vegan overnight after watching a documentary called Food Matters. Changing what I was putting in and on my body didn't just make me lose weight and have great skin, it gave me mind clarity, more energy, and over time made me so self-aware and intuitive that I vibrate on a higher frequency and level of consciousness that's turned me into a manifesting queen. I've lived like 9 lives and have amazing stories to share that may inspire you to finally leave that toxic guy you're with, quit that miserable job you hate, start that business you've been talking about forever, and at the very least, you'll probably start saying yes more often and eat more vegetables. I'm your tell it like you need to hear it and make you do it, sister from another mister. I've lived quite the life and have stories for days that have inspired women to transform their lives in real big ways. So I created this podcast to share my insane and unbelievable stories with the world to reach whoever needs to hear them. I'll bring on inspiring humans to trade stories with me, and I'll even have some live coaching sessions with listeners calling in. You're here because you were meant to find this podcast, this community, these raw stories. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for you, not to you, and I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. It's your girl, Rita, and I'm here today with such an amazing, beautiful soul. You're in for a real treat. This is such a powerful episode. It was such a vibe. Let me tell you about my guest. Just to give you a little nugget, he is a former NFL player, and now he's a mindfulness expert, author, coach, motivational speaker, all the things. He is a beautiful, amazing soul, and we vibed so hard. It's such a good episode. You're going to laugh. You're going to be inspired. You're going to have such a good time. It is such a good one. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it just to say it. I don't say things just to say it. It's so good. I can't wait for you to listen. Hey there.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Apologies, man. I never have no excuses for being late, but my baby girl is sick. She's not feeling too well.
That's okay. I hope she feels better. I just was worried. I was like, I hope you didn't forget about me.
No, I did not. No, I'll never. I always show up. I'll always show up.
It's good to meet you kind of in person.
Right? Exactly. This is the new way to meet people in person.
It's pretty dope. Oh my gosh. Like Clubhouse seriously has changed my life in 1 week. It's been insane.
I'm with you on that. I'm in the same boat. I'm just like, wow, Clubhouse. I've never met so many people. I've been on a lot more podcasts because of Clubhouse, and it's just been ramping up.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like,
vibe.
Right? Because you actually get to hear people's voices. You hear their story. You see what they're about. Like you're on social media, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on all these things, but it's just photos and sometimes videos. But when you get to authentically connect with someone soul to soul, like when I saw you in the group, I don't know what it was. It was like a magnetic connection almost instantly, like soul to soul, like drawn to your energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Rita, don't do me like that. Come on.
I'm serious. Okay, look. So here's how this goes, right? This is a very raw and real conversational type of podcast. I don't have interview questions for you. I don't have an outline. I don't have anything prepared. I just like to get to know the person in the most rawest, realest conversation, and magic happens. Like it's a vibe. Things come up that you may not even think about like to share on a podcast, but it's going to be so transformational and powerful for whoever's listening because of, just hearing your journey, hearing your story, and it just allowing it to unfold as it's meant to. I don't know if you listened to any episodes prior to coming on, but it's a vibe.
I did not. So I'm going to wing it and I'm going to trust the process. Yeah,
Trust the process. It's all good. So tell everybody your name, where you're from, and just tell us about you and go into your story.
Okay. So where do I start? My name is Prince Daniels Jr.
So your first name is Prince. It's actually Prince.
It is actually Prince.
That's pretty dope. Who named you? Your mom or your dad?
My father. My mother wanted to name me something else. But my father, he's from Ghana, Africa. And so he was just like, I want to name my son Prince, give him a strong name. So I'm really happy that he did that because I live up to my name, right? So name is Prince. My father's from Ghana. My mother's from Louisiana. And I grew up having a really good childhood in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, to Louisiana, to Houston, Texas. And from Houston, first, I spent my formative years up until my teen years with my mother. So I got the nurturing and the love that I needed, as a young man. And then when I became 13, I moved to go and live with my father. And I got the leadership role, and I got the tough love, from a man. In order for a young boy to be a man, he has to see a man. So I just had the best of both worlds, and I don't think I would have wanted it any other way, because, again, I got the love and nurturing in the beginning, and that's what you need to grow as an individual. And then just understanding, what the world is like. That's what my father taught me.
That's awesome. That's powerful. I love that. You know what's really interesting is from age 0 to 7, your brain is subconscious. So you're absorbing things, making sense of your environment. And so whatever your experience is, you subconscious, it's like you're programming. So you're, as an adult, whatever belief system you have subconsciously in place is basically creating the life you're living right now. And
Right.
I know you know that because you're this mindfulness expert and you have a book on it and all the
Right.
things. But hold up, let's fast forward just a little bit.
Okay.
I just looked at your Instagram and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot that you were in the NFL. Like,
Yeah.
how do
Yeah.
you go from an NFL player to a mindfulness expert? And wait, were you like a monk too? What is going on? How
Yeah, most definitely. So after playing in the NFL, I left on someone else's terms, meaning I got terminated prematurely. And from there, I had a self-identity crisis because I had been doing something for so many years,
Mhm.
and now that platform was not available anymore, and there was nothing that I could do to make it become available again. And so, self-identity crisis, which led to a depression, and I was looking for an answer. I was trying to figure out what was life about, and I was trying to figure out my purpose in life, and what's our overall purpose. And I came to the answer years later, but I had went to a monastery my second year in the NFL, and the reason why I went was more for like selfish things, like meaning like I wanted to be like Bruce Lee of football, meaning I wanted to go deep. I wanted to zen out on everybody because I knew that I could take my game to another level. And so going to the mountains, I was able to focus on my goal and how I wanted to take over. And I saw it and I was able to envision it. And when that did not happen and I hurt myself, the self-identity crisis came. And for me, it was very difficult because I just figured out what I need to do and how I was going to do it. And when I injured myself, it's like, what happened? It was like a portal that opened up, and as soon as I got to the portal to jump through that vortex, it closed up, and my opportunity was no longer available. So for me, if it wasn't for me going to the monastery 2 years prior to being discharged, then I think I would not be here having a conversation with you, because I needed something to lean on, and I needed something to fulfill that adrenaline that you receive when you are a professional athlete. And I was able to redirect my energy into myself. And then that's when I really discovered who I was.
Man, so much to unpack there. My God. Okay, so first of all, one thing I always say is that everything happens for you, not to you.
Mm,
And even that whole experience with the NFL, like that was, like you said, that was your identity. That was the form that you had taken on as a, like your soul had taken on this form as a human, and that
correct.
was your identity. So once it was taken away, you were just like your whole world basically was shattered and you couldn't make sense of it. And
Right.
so what you experienced, that depression that you described, that's actually called the dark night of the soul. It's when you strip away all the things or everything stripped away from you as far as what your identity is. And you go, what the hell am I here for? What is my purpose? What's the point of all this? Like these big questions that you ask. I went through this too when I was living in New York in 2018, I want to say. I felt this. I went through this. I was crying every day trying to figure out like what is the point? Why am I here?
Right.
And discover my purpose and all of that, right? And
Right.
it's just about becoming self-aware. Even women who become mothers, they completely lose their identity or any sense of self. They take on this form of I'm a mom, I'm a mother,
Right.
period.
Right.
right?
Right.
And so then when their kids grow up and they leave the nest and they move on with their lives, then they're like, who the hell am I?
Correct.
Right. So then they go
Right.
through that dark night of the soul trying to figure out who the hell they are
Right.
without having the kids to take care of and nurture and all of that.
Correct.
Wow. So, yeah. So, seeking answers, seeking yourself, getting in tune. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. And it's such an inspiring story.
Thank
And I wonder, this is obviously shared in your book, right?
Yes, to a degree. I didn't put. I don't think I put the committing suicide. That's gonna be in my next book. I'm already
Wow.
writing my next book. Yeah, but
That's powerful, man. That's a
yeah.
powerful story.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, in my book, I speak about different levels of when I was able to enter into the zone. That's what mastering the balance between your power and peace is, finding the zone. And my first experience with the zone was when I was 5 years old, and I had a dream that I could ride my bike without training wheels. And the next day, I did it. Uh, and so I started off with that story. Then I told some stories about college. I was a walk on in college, and then I earned a scholarship and became I broke NCAA record and became like the top rusher in my school, all academic as well.
Show off. Just kidding.
Well, I like to throw that in there to remind people that it wasn't like I was just one of those jocks. I really I earn my keep, and so I just want to remind people that I like to throw in an academic part in there. So
Yeah, because you're not just a
yeah,
jock. You're not just a handsome
right.
man that played football.
No, not at all. No, I actually, I think a lot. I consider myself as a thought leader, and I really think about the cause and the effect of things, and how things work and operate. And when I went to the monastery, I had a chance to see the cause and effect on a micro level and a macro level, and how everything works.
Hmm.
So I was able to tap into that. So yeah, just sharing, the academic part, just to remind people that that's important as well. You need
Yeah.
to feed your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Yeah, I'm a big reader.
Yeah,
Right here to my right, I have the book The Untethered Soul by
the
Michael A. Singer.
untethered soul.
You
Yes,
love that book too?
yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
That's
I'll tell
awesome.
you what, when I first picked it up, it was
Yeah,
like gibberish to me. I didn't understand a word. It was
right.
hard to read. And
Oh,
now I go back and pick it up and I'm like
yeah,
fifth grade reading level to
right.
me because I'm so evolved. I'm at this place where I
Yeah,
understand everything that he's saying. But
yes.
before it was a foreign language to
Right,
me.
right, right, right. Did
So
you
amazing.
the audiobook? I heard the audiobook
Yeah.
for yeah. I was actually driving home from the monastery, and they gave me the book. They said, "Listen to this book, brother." And so as I was driving back from the monastery to the airport, I listened to the whole book. I was just like, "What is this?"
Yes, right.
Just
Mind
open
blowing
my
stuff.
yeah,
Oh
right,
my God. You know what it is? When you can, and this is why I'm saying everything happens for not just for a reason, but for you, right?
yeah,
Like
right.
even the way that you and I connected, it's not a coincidence. There are no
Not at
such
all.
things as coincidences. Like the soul to soul connection, the same vibrational frequency we're on clearly, because anyone who read the book, The Untethered Soul, is a very special type of human who's gotten
Correct.
to a certain level of their own, you know, self-awareness or consciousness. You
Correct,
feel me?
correct.
That's
I
why when
feel
I
you.
saw what you were about, I was like, he needs to come on. He needs to come on.
I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know,
I
one
love your
thing that
vibe.
thank you. I
You're
love your
welcome.
vibe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, I wasn't always this way. Like obviously, because as you grow and you evolve and you learn about yourself, man, my ego was on another level back in the day when the day was back.
Yeah.
Woo! And my like the things that I cared about were
Yeah.
just the surface level 3D world
Mm,
shit that like,
mm, mm.
man, the things that used to matter no more. And
Wow.
not because of the pandemic, but
Yeah.
like because of my journey. And I'm sure you can relate. Like you could look back now on things that mattered the most to you and you're like, that really at the end of the day doesn't matter anymore. Like it at all in the
Right.
grand scheme of life and what life is about, you know?
Correct. 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 Correct.
Man, oh man. So, you know, one thing that I'm curious about, and I think you would be an expert to speak on this topic, fear of success.
Mm. Did you hear one of my podcasts?
I did not, just like
Right.
you. I didn't listen to your shit either.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think it's just us walking into our greatness, right? And our minds can, create these doubts and create these lofty dreams. And it's just like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm ready. I got the energy. But what about this? Oh
Uh-huh.
no. Okay.
Yep.
What if they see me like this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, and those thoughts battle it out in your mind.
Yeah.
And once you get to the moment of success, you just freeze because you don't know what to do.
Mm.
You think that I think it's better if I just don't do anything at all. And so you don't.
And then you end up on your deathbed and you go, damn, I shoulda did that.
Exactly.
Damn.
You
Yeah.
know,
They say
and
the number one regret of the dying is like not doing the thing that they have always wanted to do out of like
exactly.
fear of judgment or fear of, what people would think or say or whatnot.
Right. We don't openly speak about our feelings, our dreams, our desires. We
Hmm.
hold it in. That's what we were taught, and
Especially as men, right?
especially as men,
Mm.
but as a society as well, I think we speak about, as you mentioned, the superficial things and the surface things, material things, as opposed to the human things, what we
Hmm.
need, what our needs as human beings. And when those superficial things become the subject, the main subject, then the human needs are neglected, and we never talk about it. And when we do bring it up, someone is just like, why are you talking about mental illness? Come on, man. You just mess up the whole mood. Just
Wow.
be
Really? That
talking about,
happens?
yeah,
No, that's the
you know,
ego. That's them feeling fear of speaking, opening up and talking about something that would bring something to the surface that they've buried deep.
most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And the way that we overcome that is just by connecting with like-spirited people like you and I and other individuals, where we're happy to speak about that.
Yeah.
And we
It's my
have,
jam. I
you
can't
know,
shut up about it.
right, and we can communicate in such a macro way of expressing ourselves and just saying, connecting, like, man, this is what happened to me, and we're sharing our personal stories so we can overcome our debilitating thoughts, because it's therapy for you. You get in the
Yeah.
room with people and you speak about the uplifting things. You're using your in spirit to inspire someone else.
I
uh,
love that you're
you know
using your in spirit to inspire someone else. Holy shit, that's so good. You made that
Yeah.
up? Good job.
I actually did. I wrote about it in my book, but yeah, that's what you do. That's where the word inspiration derives from, in spirit.
Mhm. Beautiful. I love that.
Using
I
it
love
in the spirit.
that.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm over here smiling so big because my face hurts now. And this is what I'm doing on Clubhouse. And this is why people are reaching out to me and going like, I love your vibe. And oh my God, and what you said, it really hit or resonated or,
Right.
and then I have so many women that want to coach with me, like for me to be their coach now as a result.
Nice.
And this podcast, so this is the vibe of the podcast. Every episode that I have come on, it gets
Yeah.
deep like this. Every single
Nice.
person that I have on, their conversations like this.
Yeah.
And that's why I love having a range of variety of different people from all walks of life. Like you are a former NFL player turned
Right.
freaking monk or author and mindfulness expert. And then
Right.
just yesterday, I had a woman who's from Houston who created
It's
some
town.
yeah. Oh, is that where you are?
No, I'm in San Diego, but I'm from Houston.
Oh, wait. So we're both in San Diego. Is
We're
that what you're
both in San
telling me?
Diego. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. See, I
You didn't
told you
know?
I don't research shit. I'm telling you, I do not do that because
That's
it makes it
awesome.
so forced and fake. I don't
Right.
want to
Right.
do an
Right.
interview
Right.
style. This
Yeah.
is the
I
this is
love
the
it.
vibe. This
I
is the
love it.
vibe.
I love it. Look, I wanted to leave like something for your listeners.
Yeah,
Like,
please.
the fear of walking into your success or your greatness. The way for you to overcome that is always remember how you felt about the opportunity. Your initial opportunity. You always feel grateful about that opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like, yes, thank you, God, thank you, universe, thank you, whomever, whatever deity that you praise, or whomever,
Yeah.
whomever that you praise. And that opportunity becomes a responsibility. It grows into a responsibility.
That's so powerful. I always tell people like when you get lit up, whatever lights you up, you feel that super excited feeling, then you
Yeah,
go and you talk yourself out of doing it.
you do, because the responsibility, it can become two things. It can become a chore, or it can become the exact same thing that the opportunity was, you
Hmm.
know. And so when you can find gratitude and the responsibility in the same way that you find gratitude in the initial opportunity, then that's when you will walk into your success and your greatness.
Dropping gems over here, dropping bombs over here. Like you're honestly, it's very rare that I have someone on that says things I've not heard before, right? And I'm always a student. I love learning.
Right.
And so you're saying things in a way that I've not heard them before.
Oh no, thank
I
you.
love
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I consider myself a student as well, but I also teach.
I could see us on stages together in San Diego at some
Most
point.
most definitely. Like let's start with Clubhouse, and then we can
Oh,
take it to the virtual world and then go beyond there.
I love that you just said that because that's circling back. See, everything always comes back full
Full
circle. If I
circle,
ever go off on a
exactly.
tangent, it always comes back. So on Clubhouse, every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, I am showing up online in Clubhouse, obviously, with so many people are coming. And this Sunday is the first one that I'm doing.
Okay.
But it's people like you,
Mm-hmm.
people like me,
Mm-hmm.
people from all walks of life,
Yeah.
and very well known people and your average everyday people who are looking for inspiration. And guess what it is?
What's
It's
up?
trading raw stories. So it's
Yeah,
people
yeah.
coming on, sharing their stories, sharing
Nice.
their journey. Just like you
Nice.
said, the power in that.
Mhm.
I'm creating that space on Clubhouse.
You go, girl. You go. Finger snaps
Dope,
all day
right?
long. Yeah.
Yeah, you should jump on and
All
share your
right.
story and inspire people. And you know what'll happen? Like naturally, it'll grow, it'll evolve. People will find out about it. They'll come there for inspiration. They'll come every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, to hear stories that will inspire the shit out of them.
Right.
And you could
That's
be a
awesome.
moderator too. Jump on with me.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
you'll
Cool.
grow your following really quick, probably.
Right. I mean, like, man, Clubhouse allows you to grow your following like steroids
I
in a plant.
know. I know. I got like 1,500 people in maybe a week that
Same here.
crazy. But you know what it is though? It's
Mm,
because this is the real secret is you have to speak. You
yeah.
have to raise your hand and say something
Yeah.
and make sure that your bio says what you do, who you are, what you do, and
Correct.
maybe offer some value in the bio and be like, oh, this
That's
person
key.
is someone I should follow. This is someone I want to pay attention to.
Offer
If
value. That was
yeah,
that's key. Offer that
yeah.
value and people will follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's what you know what you want to know a funny story.
What's that?
I was staying off Clubhouse for one day. I took the day off my day job. I was
That's
like,
good.
I was like, I can't do this. I need to breathe. My brain is mush. I could not perform your normal everyday task. Like I stood frozen. Like, what did I just think? What was the thought I just had? What did I want to do? Like I could not think. And I had to take the day off. I had to just sleep. I had to just sleep all day because I
That's
probably
good.
slept 8 hours
Oh,
in
that's
4 or
good.
5 days.
Wow.
Oh my God,
That's not good.
I know, but so this is what happened. So I'm washing dishes
Yeah.
and I'm on FaceTime with somebody that I met from Clubhouse that actually lives in LA. And it's just really crazy how you connect with people. I manifested my assistant, my social media manager, my video producer person, and my podcast editor in the same week. I manifested the shit out of them. And they're so
That's
perfect
awesome.
they're passionate about what I'm doing, probably more than me. I don't know, but it's really cool to connect with people, and there's no coincidences. Everything comes for you, and it's a matter of recognizing the opportunity and going like, wow, this is here for me, let me pay attention to this, rather than being like, oh, it's too good to be true, or that's not ever going to work out, why should I even bother, that
Right.
whole imposter syndrome piece. But so
Right.
I'm washing dishes and then I get like a notification from Clubhouse and I'm just trying to swipe it away. I'm not even kidding you. I'm trying to swipe it away, accidentally tapped in, and it's Tyrese's room. I get immediately bumped up to speak. Then I get named or whatever the green thing. I become a moderator. I'm like, what is happening right now? And they're talking about relationships and stuff, and they're kind of not getting it, like the things that I would be able to share if I were able to speak or whatever. So that's when I was like, oh man, if I were able to share, and then boom, next thing you know, I'm speaking. And then I shared some stuff and they're like, whoa, oh my God, and start follow. And then women were like, can I ask Rita a question? Can I ask Rita a question? And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then that's when they made me a moderator. I was just like, and then Tyrese ended up leaving. That room went for hours and hours and hours. And I'm just pouring into people.
Nice.
And that's really what grew my following the most. And it made me realize that that is my thing, my jam that I love to talk about, more than being plant-based, more than that food journey and all of that. This is the thing.
Right.
This is the thing.
Right.
And yeah, so it's crazy. Like you try to stay away from it, it glues you right, brings you right back.
It pulls you right back in. It's like the ocean. It's like, you thought I left? No, I'm bringing the water back into.
Yeah, and the FOMO is real. Like you don't want to miss anything, and you're getting pinged into this room and that room, and you're like, damn, I really want to jump in, but I have a life to live.
Exactly. It's like you're living in a virtual world and you have to step out of it. It's like, but I'll get back on there. Hold on. Clubhouse, just give me an hour. I'll be back. Like,
no such thing as an hour.
Everyone keeps pinging me into a room and I'm just like, I have work to do. I got to finish up my work. And so
what are you working on these days? What you got going on?
So my next book, my course, Unlocking Your Peak Performance. That's a 6-week course where I do one-on-one live with a group of people, athletes, professional athletes, and high achievers.
Wow! You're getting them to tap in.
I'm getting in the tap in.
Love it.
Like this is. I'm speaking from my spirit. When I speak to people, I don't speak to them or speak to their mind. I speak to their spirit. So they can feel the vibe and feel the vibration and the frequency that I'm emitting. So that way it sticks, and because it's in the same manner of like trauma, right? Whenever you have trauma, that moment always sticks or is inculcated in the brain, and so whenever I speak with an emotion, which is energy and motion. So I speak with
I just said that on my last episode, and my assistant heard it because she's like listening to all the things, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love your podcast." She listened to this one episode, and I was like, "Emotions are literally energy and motion." She's like, "Mind blown, mind blown!" Like people don't know that.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Didn't I tell you it's a vibe? It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is dope. So wait, when does this course launch and how long have you been working on it and what's going on? Tell me all about it.
So I've been working on the course since November. It's pretty much done. I'm going to have my first session February 8th with a bunch of NFL and NBA players. And
nice.
Just from week
You're the
one.
perfect person to help them. Like I could not be their teacher. It would have to be you.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Like that, it would, and that's the thing is like finding your niche or your niche. How do you say it? Everybody says it differently.
Yeah, right. I say niche.
Niche.
Yeah,
and then when you say it one way and then you go, wait, and then that sounds weird. Let me try the other one.
Right. So you can say it both ways, but if someone tries to correct you, be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I said it.
Tomato, motherfucker.
Exactly. You keep it moving. But my course is I'm so happy because it's based upon my book. My book is very simple. I have like 7 chapters in it, and it's like, the foreword, the introduction, but the main parts are the body, the mind, the spirit, and the zone. And then the conclusion. So the Peak Performance Master Course is based upon the book. And so I just go through every single part and just teach them that when you can align your body, your mind, and your spirit, then you enter into the zone. And I teach them how to get in and out of the zone and to stay in it, become aware when they are in it. And these are some of the exercises that you can do. So just walk people through it. Yeah.
I love it so much. I'm doing something similar, but it's mostly for women. I would say I appeal more to women.
Right.
So my thing is called Redefine Your Life.
Nice.
And it's RITAFINE.
Yeah.
I
see you. The play on words. I love it.
Yes, right? It's good. Yeah. And so for me, my journey was in 2010, I became raw vegan, literally overnight. I watched a documentary called Food Matters, rocked my world, made me learn about the corrupt food system and how they're
Right.
poisoning you and all
Right.
that. And I was like, you ain't gonna poison me. The one thing you have control over is what you put in your mouth, right?
Correct.
But
Correct.
even
Correct.
then they're poisoning you. So it's like you have to be aware of the chemicals you're eating. And
Right.
but meat clogs your arteries and causes cardiovascular disease. It's a carcinogen like tobacco. Like once you know things,
Yeah.
and there's people that know this shit and they still are poisoning themselves. But it's like,
They still go to McDonald's.
yeah, right. And I'm not judging and all that, but it's like, babe, come on. Like until something happens to you, like illness comes and you're like, oh shit, now I have to change. Because
Right.
it's not like in moderation, you're okay, everything is fine. No,
Right.
slowly on a cellular level, you're fucking your shit up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have no idea how good you can feel. Like you
Yeah.
have no clue. I have a guy in New York when I was living there.
Mm-hmm.
He went vegan. He's in his 40s. He's like, Rita, I had no idea how good I could feel. I
Oh
was like, I've been
man.
telling you, man.
Right.
Like, you have no idea. And you're tapped in, right?
Yeah.
Like if you went plant-based, like I don't know if you've seen the Game Changers. It's full of
Yeah.
like NFL players and all these guys, right?
Right.
And your mind clarity on another level.
On a whole
Like
nother
you
level.
would tap in on another level. Like
Right.
you'd
Yeah.
evolve. And I tell spiritual people, it's like, yo, if you get your plant-based game on, like your
Yeah.
mind, the way your brain works on
Right.
another level. Your
Right.
connection, your intuition, like how there's mediums and they hear voices or whatever, like they connect on a deeper like spiritual level. I
Correct.
shit you not, I sound crazy, but I was hearing voices when I was in the bubble bath meditating the other night. I'm like, it's like a radio. I heard like a radio frequency, a woman's voice, and I was like, what the fuck am I hearing right now? I swear I couldn't
I
make out
love
what it
it.
was. It was very faint.
I love
And I
it.
heard it before and I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening? I'm like, where is that sound coming from?
Right.
There was no logical explanation for it. It was
You don't have
literally
to.
a woman's radio sounding voice.
Yeah, you don't need an explanation for it. Just go with the flow.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not weird to me. So like
I know it's not. That's why I can say that shit.
I'm not gonna say I've seen it all, but I've seen a good amount of stuff where it can be very foreign and weird to a lot of people, and so I keep some of my my secrets in this vault. But when you have that much clarity, when you create clarity within your body, you clean that vessel, then you become open to receive any type of channeling that's out there in the universe. And
Yeah.
what we don't understand is that we are antennas, and so whenever we sit down and we practice our meditation, we always have to maintain an erect spine and keep everything upright, or just make sure that it's straight and it's not crooked, so you can receive the signal.
Right.
So just like an antenna on the what are those analog TVs,
No, back in the day.
right back in the day. So
Yeah.
when
The good old days.
the good old days, when you're trying to find a signal, you don't continue to keep moving the antenna, you stop. It finds a frequency, it finds that wave. And the same thing for us. We're connected to something that's so much more bigger, that whenever we can connect to that frequency, we stay still and
Yeah.
you hear it and you listen. You're just like, oh, okay. Because all of this stuff, medium, channeling, that's all real.
Yeah, it is. And before I wasn't woo-woo at all. Like anyone who talked about stuff like this before I, came into my own spiritual healing, if you will.
Yeah.
I was always, someone would mention something, I'm like, okay, relax, like.
I think I have a book for you that I think you would like. It's called Seth Speaks.
I've heard of that one.
You heard of that one? Seth Speaks.
Yeah. I never
yeah.
read it, but I heard of it. I think like Wayne Dyer mentioned it, or one of those guys up,
Yeah.
that's one of the OGs.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, that you would really like that. You would really
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I heard it, and I remember I wrote it down in one of my gazillion notebooks that
Right.
my assistant is going through right now, trying to figure it out. I
Nice.
manifested her. I'm telling you, like
Nice. Yeah.
magic. I love it. I'm so in the flow. Magic is happening. And that's
You
the
are.
thing. Thank you. And that's the thing, is people have to realize you're blocking your own magic.
Yeah.
Like you are in your own way. Your
Yeah.
mind is creating your reality.
Correct.
Whatever you're thinking, and because your emotions, right? Energy and motion. So what your thoughts are doing, they're creating emotions. And when
Right.
you're feeling something, you're attracting that same energy into your life. So that's why they say to manifest what you want, you have to think about what it is that you want and act as if you already have it, because you feel the vibration of already having it, and then it shows up in your life.
It shows up in the
Uh-huh.
physiological world. I use the analogy: our mind is a fertile garden or fertile soil, and our thoughts are our mental seeds. So we plant those mental seeds in this fertile garden, and our emotions are precipitation. All right, so it is the driving force that allows for these mental seeds to grow, and our actions is like the sun. It gives it life. It brings it to life.
Damn.
Uh,
Ooh, good
and
one.
that's how manifestation works.
These analogies, these metaphors, really good, solid stuff. It's
Oh,
it's a
thank you.
good way to paint the picture for people to understand it better. This is what we need to do on Sunday at 2.
Yeah.
Come on, let's have this conversation. And
Yeah.
then I will release this. Like, look, I have like 10 on deck that needs to be released before
Uh,
yours.
yeah.
And I'm bumping you to
You
the
go.
very front
You gonna
line.
move me up?
Yo, this is releasing next Tuesday. I'm not even kidding. And it'll be in perfect timing for people to become aware of your program. You'll get more men in your program. They
Nice.
need it so bad. Like,
Nice.
I want to support you in your mission and in helping men, especially with their ego and all of that.
Yes.
And it's not the ego, like, oh, I'm a man and I'm cocky and I'm, strong. It's not, that's not the ego. The ego is the louder voice that you need to soften the shit out of and listen to
Right.
the whisper.
Right.
The loud voice that talks you out of the thing that your spirit or your soul wants you to do. That's the ego. It's
What-
trying to keep you safe and small and protect you.
That's it. That's
Mhm.
it. You get some more
You want me
famous.
to come as a guest teacher in your program? What's up?
Right.
And I'll have you come in mine. Like,
We're gonna have to do that. We are going to have to do that. Right.
it's solid,
Because
right? Because then it's two
yeah.
different perspectives, two different
Right.
voices, and
Right.
something may hit from, what you say versus what I say, and the way you say
Right.
it, the way I say
Right.
it.
Right.
That's
Right.
the beautiful thing about co-creating,
That really is. The ego, as you mentioned, it's the protector. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I speak about it to athletes, I tell them that our ego was there to protect us from everyone saying, "Oh, you're not enough. You can't do this. You suck. You sorry. X,
Yeah.
Y, and Z." And
Yeah.
so your ego allowed for you to get to the professional platform. And what happens is after you no longer need the ego, but you're still operating from the ego,
Right.
then that's when it affects you. It becomes that voice that's louder than your internal voice. And so from that point on, you have to look within to find that voice so it can become louder than the ego, because you have everything. You've accomplished the things that you need. And
Mm-hmm.
and your ego is there again to protect you. So it's like you're fueled by anger, right? So
Yeah.
if you're fueled by anger because someone said that you could not do something, and then you do it and you accomplish it, you cannot keep that same energy,
Right.
that cantankerous energy, because that energy doesn't match the energy that you need to fulfill your goal. And so if you don't learn how to change your ways and you stay the same and you hold on to that energy, then there are going to be a lot of other things that happen along the way. So it's the same thing with the ego.
Yeah. And it keeps you stuck. It keeps you repeating patterns. And a lot of people, they date the same person over and over again,
Over
just
and over again.
face,
Like
just
we
with a
broke up.
different face. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But even like you'll date one person and then it's toxic and it's really terrible. Then okay, it ends and you move on. But the
Right.
next person that you're with, especially if you move on real quick and you don't give yourself the time and space to heal, you end up dating the same exact person just with a different face on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're still vibrating that same energy, you're
Energy.
emitting that frequency. And you
Right.
mentioned something really powerful, forgiveness. I got to tell you a story.
Mm.
This is trading raw stories, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, check it out. So, when I was about 17, my dad is pretty much an alcoholic. I love him to death, sending him love, all the things, and he's probably not going to hear this, but whatever. He beat me black and blue for no reason one
Mm.
day. He
Mm.
just came home and was drunk, and I must have been out or something, and came home and was laying on the bed just knocked out. I just knocked out.
Mhm.
And so he comes down and he goes, "Hey, get up, change into your pajamas." And I'm like, "What? Why? Leave me alone," And the next thing you know, I'm getting beat black and blue. I, from that day forth, resented that man. I hated him. I held the anger, the resentment, the grudge, the disgust, the like, in my body. It was stored in me all these years. I carried it with me. And so what happened was I was emitting from a lower vibrational frequency. There's this Hertz scale, right? So if I'm hanging out at fear, I'm not up here at love and joy, right? Because I'm carrying this in my body.
Right.
Not only did it manifest as physical pain in my neck and my shoulders, and I've had back pain all these years. I wonder why. I'm carrying that weight.
Right.
Literally, right?
Right.
Like that's what happened. And so I read this book, A Return to Love. Have you ever read it?
A return to no, never.
Ooh, good one. Read
Return
that,
to
please,
Love.
and teach
Okay.
your guys about it. Return to Love, Marianne Williamson. So powerful. The one thing that stood out to me the most is it teaches you to go from a fear-based mindset to love. Okay. So that is the one thing that I think is so powerful. And I learned forgiveness in this book. I remember I was laying on the beach in New York and I'm reading this book and I come to the page where she goes, holding on to resentment and anger and not forgiving someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That can wake you up right there and bring
Yes.
tears to your eyes.
And it
right?
did. I put the book down right away. I was like, God damn, Mary. God damn, Marianne, you done did it. You done did it for me. And she said some stuff about having empathy for your parents because you don't know the childhood that they had. You don't know what they went through. You don't know how traumatic their life experience was. And then my dad came to this country, right, with barely any money probably and hopes and dreams and a wife and had a kid and had maybe his stuff didn't pan out the way he wanted to and now he's drinking his life away, but he didn't heal his shit. He doesn't know how to. He's not aware of his own shit. So it's like having empathy for your parents because this is the one thing you have to think about. They literally did the best that they knew how, period. And if you have that empathy for them, right? Oh, I love your reaction. Look at you putting your hand on your heart. Oh, I love it. But so it made me in that moment not even need an apology from him. Not even like I would walk past him at Christmas. I would not say a word. Years, Prince, I would not say a word to him. Just walk right past him like he did not exist. Because I also didn't like the fact that, my mom is staying in this relationship. Like, you deserve better. Why aren't you leaving? And so I personally, in every relationship I ever had, I was staying and staying and staying, even though it was toxic, even though it didn't serve me. I was manifesting and attracting relationships that were toxic and did not serve me because I was holding on to this shit with my dad. And that's really, if you want to call it daddy issues, forget the phrase daddy issues. That's not really what it is. It's holding on to whatever you witnessed as a child and manifesting it in your own experience so that you could heal that shit.
Look, man, I'm gonna book you on my podcast, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Like, this is awesome. Like, I love hearing all of this. I love hearing all of this. Is your dad still here?
Yeah, he's in Chicago with my mom. They're still together, even though they
Nice.
shouldn't be. It's my culture. I'm Assyrian. It's like ancient Babylonian Mesopotamia back in the day when the day was back. And so they are like, oh, you don't divorce, people will talk. I'm like, Mom, people are talking because you're staying. Let's go. Let's go, girl.
Right, they'll talk
Get with it.
regardless. Right, exactly. No, that's good. No, that's good. I had a fallout with my father as well when I was in my early 20s, and I remember I was mad at him for 2 years. I didn't talk to him for 2 years.
Just 2, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, never talked to him, never saw him, never came by to see him. I was just so angry at him. And after those 2 years, I think I just finished my football career. And I'm just like, okay, what next? What do I do next in life? Right. And so I called my father and I just said to myself, I need to make amends with my dad. All right. So luckily I did that because 3 years later he passed.
Damn, that would have sucked. That would have hurt you so much if you didn't have that opportunity
I
to do that.
know.
So for anyone hearing this, ask yourself, who do I still need to forgive?
Right.
And make that shit happen.
Make that shit happen, because you lighten your load. You got me cursing, right?
Oh, you don't? I'm a spiritual swearer. I don't give a damn.
No, I do. But whenever I get on camera, I always remind myself, like, do stuff that your kids can watch. You know.
Let them swear too.
Yeah.
Who cares? They're gonna do it when they get older. Come
They
on.
definitely will, but I think it's a place and
They're
a
doing
time
it behind
for
your back. You don't even know it.
They better not be. Not right now.
How old
They're
are
in
your kids? How old are
the
your kids?
4 and 2.
Oh wow, they're young
Yeah,
babies.
they're babies.
Babies.
So I have to. So that's the reason why. But
Yeah.
it was the universe. It was definitely the universe, because I had a chance to go and make amends with my dad and just tell him how proud of him I am and how much I love
Wow.
him. He came to America with only $32 in his pocket. He used to always tell that story so many times, and it would be either $32,
Wow.
$33, or 34 or 35, somewhere within that range, right? And so
That's so cute.
you would hear it, and every time I would hear it, I would finish the whole sentence. But like, he came to this country with 30.
I don't know how much money my dad had in his pocket, but it's probably very
That's
little
right.
too.
The same thing, probably like $18, right?
And I would walk up the hill in the snow.
Right, exactly. But
Oh
those
man.
stories, they build the character, and you fall in love with that character. And
Mm.
I remember, when for my dad's funeral, I had to go back to Ghana and bury him in Ghana, Africa. And I'd been there probably a handful of times prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now my dad is gone. So I'm like, T'Challa. I'm the new Black Panther, like the new Black Panther. And so I'm just,
I like the little dance you did. That was cute.
Have you seen the movie Black Panther?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I mean, do I live under a rock?
Yeah, it was a really spiritual movie. So
Yeah.
they were throwing their shoulders like this.
I'm doing it with
Right.
you now. That's
And
so
so-
funny. Something that you said about your dad, like telling him that you're
Yeah.
proud of him. I recently gave him a phone call, and I was just like, I want you to know something. I want to tell you thank you. Like, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be who I am today, because from your quote unquote failures, from him, gambling or drinking. I don't gamble and I don't drink. From him not having good credit, I have phenomenal
Right.
credit, and I made sure of it.
Right.
Like, I learned from his
Correct.
mistakes. Right. And then the other piece is, I wouldn't even be in this country if it weren't
Yeah.
for him. So I was just like,
Right.
thank you. I wanted to tell you thank you. And I started crying sharing that with him. And he was sitting with his friends gambling, so he couldn't really talk.
He's like, could I call you back?
He's like, thank you, Brati. That means my daughter in Assyrian. But the other thing, so I got picked out of like thousands of people in 2008, and I worked on Vans Warped Tour, and they put a mic in my hand. They're like, here you go. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? They're like, just go have fun. I'm like, cool. And so I'm standing in front of this orange truck for the Truth campaign, the smoking commercials and all that. And I'm on the mic, and I'm just like speaking, and people are coming in, and it's huge crowds. And I'm like, Katy Perry is over there on the stage. Why y'all over here? I don't understand. That taught me, that showed me, that made me realize how much I light up when I have a microphone in my hand. And I never would have come to know that that is my gift if I didn't take this big risk. And I had to quit my job to audition in New York because they wouldn't give me the days off. Your average person would have been like, oh, I can't do this because my boss said no. I wonder, like, I went from sitting in a cubicle every day to waking up on a tour bus every day with a mic in my hand. Then I come back home and I'm like, shit, what do I do now? How do I go back to normal life? Like, what do I do now? So that came to my mind when you said, like, what's next? What do I do? And when you ask that of the universe or God or whatever it is for you, or you look inward and just ask the question, like, what am I meant to do? Why am I here? What's next for me? How will, use me? How can I serve? Then answers will come. And there's signs all over. You can even declare, like, my sign is the number 44. And it's always been since I was a kid. There's also like a tiny little fly will just show up out of nowhere. I don't have a fly in my apartment. And then suddenly I'll say something and then, or think something, it's right there. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? Like it's just, you gotta get in tune. And we were talking earlier about the antenna and the energy frequency and what you're emitting, what you're radiating. The thing is that your gut, your actual gut is your second brain. And so you can clear your energy frequency, your antenna, your ability to tap in, clear it by putting things in that nourish your body and clear the fog. So that your gut, your second brain, can produce serotonin. You can feel happier, clearer, more confident. It all starts with food. What you're eating, everything being energy, learning about that, and your mindset, your environment, who's in your life, what your social media scroll looks like, what are you consuming through your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. These things create your life. And so this is what I teach.
That is awesome, Rita. Like, you are Ritafining how everybody looks at everything. You're shifting the paradigm. So that's awesome, man. I love that.
And that's the goal of this podcast, and to bring on people like you who share this, wisdom, life experience, and help to inspire and transform people's lives, and through your work and through your book and all of that. And then with the thing on Sundays at 2:00, like imagine if you came on and you and I were having a conversation like this, and invite people up to share and ask questions and share their story. It's going to be so powerful. I really hope you come on Sunday.
Man, you put the heat underneath me.
2:00.
I might rush to get there. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Looking forward to it.
It'll be good. It'll be good. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much. And I would love to come on. So send me the details. Let's do this thing.
I definitely will. I'm happy that you reached out to me after being on Clubhouse. I don't remember which Clubhouse it was.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. But I saw that you were, I think there was some conversation that came up, and I went to your profile and I saw all the things about you, and former NFL player, mindfulness book, and all these things. And I was like, and something about a monk or a monastery.
Yeah,
and I was
half
like,
monk, half human being. That's what I call myself.
Yes, that's what it was. I was like, okay, there's a good story here, and it can help people, especially men, right? Because my podcast, like at face value, you go, oh, it's for women, but then when you really listen, it's for everybody.
It is for everybody, yeah. So like, definitely. And I speak to women. A lot of people that sign up for my course are women.
Really?
Yeah, like I have a lot of female clients. It's funny because they're like, I don't mind getting told what to do by someone that looks like you.
Told what to
do. They always want the male perspective, because the way that I speak about it in a sense of not holding back, right? And not giving a flying FUC.
Okay. You better say the word. We don't filter on this podcast.
Every once in a while, but I'll drop it every once in a while.
You're funny.
But yeah, so but I look to give that perspective that men can relate to, because a lot of times just how you convey the information, where it's coming from, and so I always bring that masculine energy, like no, that's not how it works. This is how men think, this is how we operate, and this is what we do. So this is how we got to see it. We got to tap into our left hemisphere, react from the emotional side, tap into it, but understand how your emotions work, learn how to govern it, learn how to breathe, control your breathing, so you can control your emotions and your breath. And that way things don't get overwhelming, they don't get out of control. You understand who you are before you jump into a relationship. Know who
that's
you are.
The big thing. They get into relationships to fill the void, the void. Yeah. And honestly, I love being alone. Like, oh my God, it's the best.
That's rare. That's rare. Being alone. Like, love being alone.
I love it. Like, I love it so much.
So you're comfortable in your skin, and so when you connect with someone, and when you get into a relationship, it's just going to be an additive. Because you are a whole person, and you know who you are.
Yeah, that's the key, is you being whole and not needing someone to make you whole, right? And then they come on and be a cherry on top of your life, not the whole damn Sunday.
Right.
Oh, look at me. I got analogies too. What's up?
Bars.
Bars. funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You are the cake and they become the icing on the cake. Exactly.
Right? That's the thing. And I wasn't always like, man, I was codependent. I
Yeah.
was needy.
Yeah.
I was insecure,
Mm-hmm.
all the things. And I
Right.
healed all that shit. And I have evolved. And even my most recent relationship, I left in April.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was it. That was the one. I manifested him, magic, all the good things. And then some narcissism came out and mistreating me. And I was like, whoa, okay. And I was still trying to make it work.
Right.
Because my old ways of like watching my mom stay and make it work kicked in again. And then I was telling what was going on to a friend, and I stopped and I was like, I sound like one of my clients. I sound like one of my clients right now. If I had a client telling me she's going through what I'm going through, what would I say to her?
Like, bitch, you better stop that.
You better leave. You better leave his ass is what I said.
Right.
Leave his ass. And so then I did. I packed all my things. I got an apartment, all that. The straw that broke the camel's back was when he told me that he's like, you're worthless. And I said, excuse me, me? Me worthless? Me? No, honey. I'm here to serve. I'm love. I radiate love. I fart rainbows. I help the world. I'm not worthless by any means. And I realized that he felt that way about himself and he was projecting onto me.
Yeah. Oof.
And so that's really.
He's going to come back crying. Like, baby, I love you.
No, because a narcissist or someone with that level of ego, would never. And even I've tried to be friends and he won't have it. He's not talking to me. Like, that's how you take your power back. You ignore me and you block me. Like, okay, relax, buddy, relax. And I'm on these dating apps and everybody, all these guys that I'm like, I don't even have time. I can't even respond. And they're like really trying to get my time. And I'm like, I'm so focused on what I'm creating and being of service that they're like, oh, don't shut yourself off to love. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm getting love from all different angles. Like, I don't need a romantic love. And when it's meant, when I'm at the place in my life where everything is kind of smooth sailing, coasting, and I'm not the one woman show, like creating, and I have the support, and then, it'll come when it's right. I'm not looking, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it'll come when you least suspect it.
Oh yeah. And everything happens for you, not to you. I'm not even
I was told this, don't make any appointments and there'll be no disappointments.
Oh, okay. Check you out.
No, I'm serious. I mean, no, but that was given to me from someone else. So
okay, you're not taking credit for that.
I'm not taking credit for that one.
All right, I got you.
But the other ones that I had before, I'm taking credit for those.
Yeah, those are good, solid little nuggets. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, I manifested someone who's helping me edit. So I'm so excited. I get to send this to him and be like, make your magic. I don't have to stress or worry about it.
That's awesome.
And the one thing I realize is you either pay with your time or you pay with your money. And I don't have any more time to pay with. So gotta do it. And people are afraid to invest in themselves and they're afraid to, it's like bite the bullet, do the thing that scares you, say yes to shit, expect miracles, and just go with the flow of life. Stop going against the flow and working against yourself, and dig deep to find out why you are the way you are. Where does this shit come from? The patterns are repeating. Why? Get to that why, figure out where it came from, dismantle those beliefs because they don't serve you. They were like our brains are wired to be fear-based, to look for the problems, to expect the negative outcomes, to stay in the safe, familiar comfort level, because our brains were like, oh, okay, saber-toothed tiger, run, like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So now there's no saber-toothed tigers, there's internet trolls.
Run.
Run.
Right.
I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to come on your podcast. This has been epic.
Definitely.
And I know that whoever is going to hear this is going to love it. I'm going to create like video reels and little things for you to share out and get this out and about. And we can, if you come on Sunday or any Sunday that you're available, it'll happen every Sunday at 2 p.m. Basically this, but a live version with the whole world able to tap in. It's going to be powerful. Tell everyone where they could find you and, whatever else you'd like to share to sign off and all the things.
Sounds good. Yeah. So you can find me at my website, www.princedanielsjr.com. I have a free ebook that I give out on my website. So go and check that out. It's called The 5 Essential Lessons to a Successful Life. My book is on Amazon, Mindfulness for the Ultimate Athlete, Mastering the Balance Between Power and Peace. Please go and check that one out. We are all athletes in this game of life. So don't think it's just for athletes. It's for everybody. What else? I have my course coming out. It's called Unlocking Your Peak Performance. February 8th is for the athletes, and sometime in March will be for the high achievers as well. So tap in, check that out. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to help you get out of your own way so that you can become the best version of yourself that you ever imagined.
Boom. I love it. And your social media handle is?
Social media handle on Instagram is Prince ADJR. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Same thing on Clubhouse. Now we got to throw that one in, right?
Yeah.
And then everything else is just my name, Prince Daniels Jr. So
beautiful. Awesome. I love it. Thank you for your sharing the space with me today, sharing your story, sharing your soul.
Thank you. I didn't know what to expect.
Magic. Always expect magic, baby.
But you're a magic host, so thank you so much.
Didn't I tell you that was such a vibe? Oh my gosh, such a good time. We covered everything from the dark night of the soul to fearing success to finding gratitude and responsibility to having a huge following on social media, Clubhouse, how manifestation works, what the ego really is, why you're stuck in repeating dating patterns, vibrational energy, having empathy and forgiving your parents, how to redefine your life, being alone before getting into a relationship, investing in yourself, healing your shit. Oh my God, we talked about everything and it was such a vibe. I'm telling you, like, this is how it goes here on Trading Raw Stories. I do not prepare any questions. I don't do any research on your ass. I just get to know you on a raw and real level, and it is the most beautiful, authentic, real thing. I love it. This is so much fun. I hope you had a great time. Thank you for being here with me. You know, as always, I'm so grateful that you choose to spend your time here, because you could be doing anything else in the world, but you're here with me. I hope this is serving you. I love you so much. Follow me on Instagram at Raw Vegan Rita on all social media platforms. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and rate and review the podcast. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, whatever. I don't know where you are in the world, but I'd love to know. So join me in the Facebook group. Tell me where you're at and what's up and what your favorite episode or takeaway is. And don't forget to share this with somebody that you think needs to hear it. I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye.